Okay, let's go again. So 2059 now, and maybe King's Engine against this. Orangutan B4. If you're interested in correspondence style chess, there's someone called Marek T, and we've got a lot of thematics to do with B4, actually. B4 exploration, orangutan. He's such a big enthusiast, he's made his avatar like an orangutan. So if you want to really want to get into an opening, change your avatar to like the opening. It's a bit extreme, but okay. But here, what do I want to do? I want to get some squares, really. What squares do I want? Dark square ones. B6. I don't know. H6. Maybe H6 and G5 and knight G6. As Paul would say, strong point E5. I'm not sure. Is it better to say strong point or just overprotection of E5? Strong point is less to say than overprotection. So maybe, I don't know, strong point in E5. What about C5 here? Or C6? C4. So C5 here? So C4, Queen C7. I'll just weaken my light squares in one go. And allow knight B6 as a major threat. That wasn't too clever. Oh dear. Oh dear. That was a truly terrible move. Now I'm in trouble. As usual. What am I going to do here? Sacrifice the exchange. I'll play Queen C7. So he's got B6, but maybe, I don't know, Queen B8. At least he loses the B6 square if he plays B6, so he's going for a big knight. Try and parry that D5. And C4 here. I'm trying to shut down this bishop. Somehow, positioning I feel a bit safer at the moment. Mind you, now there's big threats. Again, if I don't take, I'll take it then, and Queen Rook C8 just to try and support that C4 pawn. Queen D6 as Bishop A3, so Rook D8, put pressure on that D5. I hope there wasn't a threat with Queen F5 that I missed. No. Otherwise, okay. So, knight D5 here. Does that not just win a pawn? I'm hoping it wins a pawn. Knight E4, what about Queen B6? Just protect F6. Or does it need protecting? It wouldn't be threatening Bishop D5 if Knight E4. Yeah, why is he giving me the centre pawn? I think something's gone wrong with White's strategy with this bishop, especially. But is it going to be enough? If I play Queen D7 here? Then F5 and E4 just to sort of lock down this bishop behind the pawn on E4. Oh, I like this central control. Ooh, this looks tasty. So G4, Knight D2, F5. That looks as though I don't want to allow H5 though. So I think I'm going to play H5 myself. Then F5, then E4. Shut down this bishop as well. Stretch this bishop. That would be beautiful positioning. I'd love that. Okay, so f5 here, it takes out, he gets the e4 square, otherwise I lose f5, that's a problem. So if I play f5 takes rook f5, is there nothing there? There's nothing there. Okay, this second rank is a bit weak. So why don't I just, I don't know, knight f6. If I just play knight f6, just try and invade on the second rank. If takes knight g4 anyway, so I just double up rooks, rook d2. This could be a good game. This bishop can come on this diagonal. I don't want to get too far behind on the clock. What about rook d3 here then? So on c3. So taking on g4 might actually be really good. Got bishop f3 to protect against knight g4. Okay. Don't mind taking there. Rook d1 looks good. If rook takes, but here c3 is still under fire. This pawn's a bit of a liability. I don't want these guys. So maybe b6 when I get a chance, or blocking in the bishop when I get a chance. Maybe taking an e4, bishop e2, knight g4. Okay, he's targeting those queenside pawns. Just knight g4. Okay, time to play for knight g4, I think. Okay, I lose a5, but then f5, e4. Just to shut down the rook on the e file. Then maybe bishop e5 on g3. Also protects against these queenside pawns. So if I get to play bishop e5, then knight h4 is a threat. Knight h4, knight f3. If I keep the threats in before these queenside pawns get me. So knight f3 or anything stronger. There's rook d2 here. What does he do against rook d2? It's a nasty pin. If rook e1, knight f3, isn't that just winning a piece? He's got a6. He can play for this, but I think he's going to get mated soon if he's not careful. So bishop g3 and then takes rook f2, then knight f3. This could be getting tricky. Knight f3 and rook d2. Okay, what do I want to do here? Do I want to allow this pawn? I can just take here as a test to gobble up the pawns. I think I'll do that first. Offer the knight for gobbling up both pawns. Nope. Okay, so now, okay, I'm hoping I'm going to have to go for this. It's getting dangerously close to queening his pawn. Actually, he's queening his pawn, isn't he? What have I done? Oh, he hasn't. Okay, I can play for a bishop sack, because that would be a bad scenario. 43 seconds. Still playing for a bishop sack, and try and win the rook with knight d2. And still bishop sack, winning c3, getting 4 pawns to the knight. No, just 4 pawns. I think the worst is over. So knight d5. It's all over. 30 seconds is well enough, surely. So another interesting game there. I enjoyed it anyway. I hope you guys did. So somehow though, no, that c5 was terrible. So his position, he got nice knights here with knight c4, and I just walked straight into emphasising knight c4 with c5. But it did provide some advantage later the way he played it, because c4 was blocking in the bishop. If he plays c4, he's depriving the knight, so he didn't deprive the knight. If he plays b6, he'll be depriving the knight of the b6 square. So I don't know if I really stood that badly here. d5 is a little bit weak. That's the problem here. d5 is dropping off. Okay, and then here, this kind of rook invasion, and then these pawns were always going to be dangerous. I think he missed his chance just to queen the pawn. Actually, could have been winning this, perhaps. So here, A7 is the real test. So check, king f1, check. Actually, no. If king e1, then rook 8, check, and then take the rook, and I'm still on the queening square. So he can't go into that. And if he goes into the other one, so say he gets mated on h2, so check, king check, king g2, check. King, actually, I think it might be perpetual. Might just be perpetual. Anyway, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I can put analysis, but comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.